Welcome back to Mega May, everyone. We have a nice block coming up. It is all Battle Network themed. We're starting off with Network Transmission, which is the platformer adaptation for the series. One of two, and you get to see both. So you got to stay tuned. And then later, Chrono X, one of the long developed fan games for the series, will be coming here with an update. So that'll be exciting. Then afterwards, we'll have some fun with One Step from Eden, where chat gets to pick the upgrades that Aerthar has to play with. So, starting off with network transmission, we have Zelllooo. You want to tell us about the run and what's in store for us here?
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody, hi, I'm Zelllooo, however you want to say it, never matters. Network Transmission is a fun little platformer game that takes place between BN1 and BN2, and I really love this game to death, but most people are not generally as receptive because of how difficult it is. But this is a really fun run. I do have Fat Kid with me for commentary.
Oh, I also like this game, even if nobody else does. That's all I have to say.
You're right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Time's not going to start yet. We do have a long, unskippable cutscene, so we'll just let that play through, and I'll call time when we're ready. But like I said, this takes place between BN1 and BN2 as a nice little side story. We've got the end of BN1 right here, fighting the life virus. This is the most important cutscene in the whole game because you get to see Mega Man dab. You don't get to see that anywhere else in the entire series. Right here. When I ran this game for RTA in Japan about a year and a half ago, everyone really appreciated the Mega Dab.
Very good.
But yeah, so this is just a little bit of outro. So we kill the life virus off, and we're going to get into the meat of the run. So I'm going to explain the category. The category I'm playing today is 100%. And there's not really traditional icons or stars like you see in the main Battle Network games to keep track of progress. So this is kind of just my own definition of 100%, where we're going to do two things. We're going to complete the entire library, get all 137 chips and 14 PAs, and we're going to collect all permanent upgrades to reach level 100 in the Mega Man power-up screen. So time's going to be coming up right as we start, right here as I gain control. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. Fat Kid, take us through like the folder system and why we're gonna reg sword.
Folder system in this game's pretty self-explanatory until you get to the reg system. Actually, no, it's not self-explanatory at all. I lied. Alright, well, first you can just reg a chip to guarantee that you're gonna like get it in your first draw, just like the normal BN game. You'll notice like a whole lot of bars on the screen. One is the custom gauge, which lets you open your folder and choose chips, which is randomized, but it's fixed for the first visit in the internet, I think. Oh, the first two are. And the gauge on the right of the health bar, the green gauge, that's your memory, and when you run out of that, you can no longer use battle chips, and each battle chip has its own amount of memory that it uses. So you have to basically manage a mana bar throughout the game. And the reason we reg sword is for the boss fight at the end of the stage.
Yeah, so in the initial part of the net, it's kind of like a nice little intro stage here. The game tries to act like a Metroidvania for a little while, and that's really not true for most of the game, but it's a good way to get used to everything. Because this is 100%, we are going to be going out of our way to get every permanent upgrade, like I said. There are 99 of those, and we start at level 1, so we'll reach level 100 by the end of the game. Hopefully, assuming I don't miss anything.
Would you run this game if it didn't have BN characters in it?
Probably still.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of resources there.
That's tough to say, I guess.
The combat is unique, and so I think for that, I would. It also kind of tricks you, because if you go in expecting Battle Network, I think you'll be disappointed. It's a very different game, and the first time through casually, it's kind of hard and not really fun, but once you get the hang of it, like, this is a better speed game than it is a casual game. Like, once you get
it really is.
Yeah, like, a lot of people are down on this game, but I think, like, the main things it gets down really well. I like the, like, mana system where you have to manage your chips, and I really like the movement. The movement is great, just sliding around and jumping. One of the better feeling Mega Man games, to be honest, which is surprising. This also wasn't made by Capcom. It was, I think, entirely made by Erica, and that's also why the music is great.
Yeah, the Super Sweep team did the compositions for this game, and they did a really, really good job.
Yeah,
That's my favorite music in the entire series.
If you're not familiar with Erica, they did like Street Fighter EX and some rhythm games.
Tetris the Grandmaster being like their
Tetris the
biggest one I can think of.
Pretty big arcade developer.
With all these enemies on the screen, whenever you beat them, you do get behind the scenes a rank, and so if you kill them quick, they'll often drop their chip. And chips are consumable here, and we've got like 2 cannons left. And every time you pick up a cannon, it adds 1 to your total amount. There's a cap per chip that you can start the stage with. For cannon, it's 30. And going through the stage the way we do, we're able to clear most of it with just the 2 chips that they give you kind of for the tutorial, cannon and V-gun. And then we're saving swords for the boss at the end.
By the way, the internet is on fire because Fireman made it so. So if you've wondered why your hard drive was failing, this is probably why.
Great song, too.
Yep.
Very good song.
So it's very interesting you mentioned rank because every virus basically has an S rank drop, but there are some non-S rank drops that are actually needed to complete the run, and the Spiky coming up ahead actually gives Heat V as an S rank drop and Heat Shot as a non-S rank drop. Now the catch right here is that it's random if I get an item or the chip, so let's see what my luck is. Unfortunately, I did not get Heat Shot from that. So I'm going to have to get Heat Shot in different ways later, which means we have to scavenge some Green Mystery Datas, which are also very random. And that's really unfortunate too, because that is the only spiky one in the entire game. So we don't get another chance to do that. Anyways, we're going to just delete Fireman right here. So I'm going to make a lot of people mad. If you fight this guy normally, you're probably just going to get annihilated. So we're just going to stand here and just sword him to death.
Yeah, we're close enough that he tries to do his aura attack. The firearms you can slide under, but it's really kind of hard and annoying. Roll gives you heat armor, but even with that, you still usually get deleted by this boss. If you were to... most people casually would stop either here or on the second boss. So if you, for example, bought a used memory card that had an NT save file on it, that's where they would be. It's kind of like Battle Network 1's power plant.
Alright, so now we need to reg cannon for the next stage because we had cannon and V-gun in our draw by default during the tutorial, but now we're only going to be able to have 1 chip regged guaranteed for each stage coming up. And we have tons of cannons, and straightforward chips in this game are very, very good, just because being a platformer, you want very easy-to-use things that are very responsive, and cannons are some of the best chips in the game for that, specifically.
Yeah, cannons are very good, and because it limits how many chips you can have, a lot of the lower tier chips end up being just better for most of the game until you get to a boss fight or something.
Yeah, her Buster's trash.
Buster is almost unusable, yeah. It gets better later when you start upgrading it, but right now it would take like 12 shots just to kill an enemy, I think, and you can't charge it.
Yeah, right now every shot does 3 damage a hit, and as you can see, cannon does 40 a pop, so yeah.
Terra alluded to it earlier, but yeah, this game does have like the same ranking system, basically, since just how long enemies are on the screen determines the rank.
Yep, it's just kind of hidden behind the scenes.
Yeah, so thankfully, some great people on Team BN decoded the drop tables and the info a good while back, like some years back. So the info that we want specifically for that is that in order to get an S rank off a virus, you need to not take any hits, and you need to delete them in 3 seconds from when they are spawned in. That doesn't necessarily mean on screen. They can be spawned off screen. So figuring out how to S rank everything that I need to was the trickiest part for 100%, because we need to get every chip in the game, and that involves doing a lot of deleting in very, very interesting ways.
Yeah, and when running this game, one of the neat things is we're only going to have cannons for sure. I stand by that.
Yep.
It's a very interesting feature that I think, even casually, it's hard to use it well, and you always forget about it. But your chip draw is random, and so one of the things we drew was bubbler, and so based on which random chips you got, knowing where in this particular stage you can use them is one of the fun and interesting aspects of doing runs of this game.
Yeah, it also leads to frustration in the first playthrough though, because I imagine a lot of people just like run out of, you know, the memory gauge, and then they just can't do anything and have to end up waiting.
For sure.
But when you do learn how to like manage it, it's very unique and fun.
Alright, let's talk about plot a little bit. So the plot, Fireman had gone berserk, and that's why he set the internet on fire, as I get this email. So we went to go investigate what's causing everything to go berserk, and it turns out Starman over here in the outer net was selling a fake vaccine that makes hacks the navis and makes them go berserk. So we tried to chase Starman down, couldn't. Then we get an email from Gutsman like, hey, that vaccine I installed on Gutsman is causing problems. Please come and help. So naturally, we get to go beat up Gutsman.
Yeah, who's the next hardest boss in the game, probably.
Unironically, very difficult.
Yeah.
They do an obscene amount of damage. They 2 or 3 shot you, I think.
Yeah. I guess that's the biggest issue is our health is really low right now, and if you play casually, once you get past this point, you more or less double your health, and so everything gets a lot easier.
Until you hit Quick Man.
Yeah, quick man. We'll make a joke there. It's great.
Gee, I wonder which one.
We bought a mem upgrade that increases our maximum memory capacity. The mana bar, and it's a percentage regeneration. So the more you have, the faster it regenerates. That's useful.
Alright, so what we're going to do for Gutsman to make sure I have enough resources, we're going to do 5 cannons to start, and then we're going to go back in the menu here, and we're going to Reg Sword and use those to kill him off.
You can edit your folder at any time, but it'll clear out your chips. But then if your custom gauge is full, you can pick a new set, so you have to time that well, otherwise you're stuck with just your buster.
Yeah, you can see...
That's fine.
Oh no!
I got that stack.
You can see how,
Also,
like...
money went out of bounds! That's the
No.
worst thing! So money from the
Okay.
bosses can end up out of bounds, which is really bad because the money route in 100% is even tighter than it is in any percent.
Yeah, that's a really silly issue.
That's okay,
Money
we'll make it
going out
work.
of bounds sucks.
We'll make it work. Alright, so after we defeat this boss, the game opened up a little bit. We're not going to be on the main net for a while. We get emails from 4 people at the exact same time, conveniently. And that it means we have access to 4 different stages.
Yeah, this is where the game opens up a little bit, and if you're playing casually, it gets more fun and interesting.
So we're going to reg Shotgun. We're going to go buy an Unlocker because Purple Mystery Datas are also in this game like they are from BN2 onwards, and we need unlockers for them. So we're going to go to the bank with that. This is the first stage that really showcases how different 100% can be, because now we're going to be doing some really weird kills and exploring areas that we'd be completely skipping at any percent.
Oh, I love this area off to the right at the start.
Reagan
God.
Shotgun is different to any percent too, right?
Yes.
Yes, normally we'd have Cannon,
I was very
but Shotgun
confused.
is... Yeah, Shotgun's very needed in order to get high guard because Sniper Joes are in this game.
Yeah, I was
and-
about to say, I assume that's...
Nice, good start.
Oh
Yes.
no!
Spikes don't one-shot you in this game. You wouldn't know it for the first 70%.
That's fine.
Yeah, that does enough damage to kill Mega Man.
Yeah, they do 200 damage, and right now we have very much less than 200 HP, so... I'm going to be very careful here so I don't bonk my feeder head again.
The level design, I love the level design in this game. What was their problem? Why did they just design that in?
I don't know.
I kind of love it, I won't lie, but that is mean.
So roll, well, Mel's trapped in the bank, rolls there, says, watch out, those lasers will kill you. Thanks, Roll.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah. What's a quick man stage without some quick man tributes?
But now we have no time stop.
Alright, so I have a new strat from forever ago in order to get high guard off of a Sniper Joe here, which requires an S rank. So we're going to climb up to the very top of the shaft, and by going to the very top right here, this respawns the Sniper Joe right below me, so I can kill him within S rank time and get high guard. The old strat was to actually reload bank 1 and kill that Sniper Joe that was by the portal, but that's very slow. So that saves a good 15-20 seconds doing it that way.
They do not need to get very far off screen to unload some of these guys.
Alright, we're going to hope for a cross gun right here. Cross gun's one of the few things I need from GMDs. We did get one, so good. I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the run.
Oh, so you probably guessed that if they get hit by any of those lasers, it's instant death. The one shot kill.
Yeah, it's instant death.
I love the giant flappy.
Okay, that's actually a problem because I did not manage to get any heat crosses. So you normally get heat crosses from Spiky 2 S-Regs, and I did not get either of them because I messed up. So this is actually kind of a problem for later. We'll figure that out in a bit. Anyways, we got Quickman. This is the most fun fight in the game, unironically.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's true. Casually, you'll hate him.
It's a really good fight. A lot of bosses have this kind of gimmick in this game, to different degrees, where they will counter your first hit. So Zelllooo is like firing a buster or a cannon to activate their like counter attack and then shooting them with cannon up here.
And they can do that as many times in a row as they want.
Yep.
That's a good enough fight. So we do want to get good ranks on bosses as well, because that affects the amount of money they drop. And that was a very good fight for Quickman, because I didn't get hit, and the time was reasonable. So.
Yeah, really good fight.
Alright, so we are off to Needleman's stage. So I have like a whole bunch of notes, so I have to make sure I'm reading them in the proper order here. Because this is a very, very difficult category to keep track of everything. So we need a bunch of Heat Vs and Unlockers, and we're going to go to Needleman's stage. This one's not too different from any percent, thankfully.
Honestly, Needleman's yet another pretty hard boss. I'd say off the Bright Man they get kind of easier casually, but this guy also does 1 billion damage.
He does have an element though, so if you come with fire chips, you can start taking advantage of that fact, because couldn't really with the first two.
Yep.
Yep, that'll come into play a little bit later. We need to get this HP mem over here.
I like the music in this stage. I like the music in a lot of stages.
I think the one thing I really like about the music track here is that there are like crickets in the background, which actually really enhances the atmosphere. There's the heat shot that I needed, so that's one less thing to worry about.
Nice. RNG trolleth, the RNG giver.
Oh, it'll troll much later, that's for sure. When we get to the second half of this run, that is grind central.
Oh yeah, I don't even mention, I guess just in case anyone's wondering, this is a GameCube game. It was released on GameCube.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is get these tree bombs here from the kill plants, and we're going to respawn one of them. I would like 5 tree bomb ones for later, so we're going to respawn that one.
Tree bombs. Tree bombs are good. Good chips.
Very good chips in this game. Very good on some bosses, too.
Yep, especially one coming up. Not
Oh,
the next boss, but
you had bombs. You could have killed the little Roomba guy, Death Roomba.
It's okay. We'll smash them later.
Thankfully, these needles are not instant kill.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage, but I've got enough health to survive one.
So
It's fine.
you're about to witness one of the funniest level design quirks in this game. Yep, this is intended.
God, I hate that jump. If you fail that, that's horrible.
Yeah.
You have a few frames of grace window when you like walk onto the edge of a ledge, and that's how you have to just jump back up.
And there are several places where they require you to do it. Alright, Needleman.
Alright, so we have Heat Vs here. They do double damage, so we'll be able to kill them in 5. That is the worst attack to get.
Yep.
Thankfully, he didn't give the Desperation attack, so Verilix found out there's more money behind the leaf, too.
Yeah, Tuzani went out of bounds.
Anyways, like I was saying, Verilix found out that if you stay close enough when his HP's low enough, he will never do the Desperation attack. So big shouts to Verilix for telling me that a long time ago. He's one of our other really good runners of this game.
Yeah, very good runner. I think they also run like Fancy Star Online and stuff. Metroid.
Alright, so we need to pick up some stuff from email, so we're going to get Bronze Fist, a Fast Gauge sub-chip, and Roll. And so a few of the emails are actually very, very useful here. Alrighty, and then we need one Unlocker and then several Elect Blades. Yeah, as you can see, money is extremely tight. We just barely have enough for what we need. Alright, this is one of the most complicated stages because there's a whole bunch of chips I need to get normally, like Ice Cube and Quad Needle. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. We're also going to grind for the most important chip on the whole game coming up. Jump high enough to despawn some stuff. Gonna get Double Needle here. And now we have Heat V Reg because we're going to take care of the Pepe viruses here. And they drop the most important chip, Double Jump. Or really, Doob Jump.
Doob Jump?
Being able to double jump in a 2D platformer turns out very good.
Yeah, Doob Jump completely breaks areas, and we want 10 of them for the entire rest of the game, so we just quickly scavenge those. They're very worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a few ways, but it's also, like, required to get some blue mystery haters and get to some areas.
Yeah, I also forgot I didn't put up Fast Gauge on, but that's okay, we can do that now, because I need to get Ice Cube from Cold Bear coming up, and that thing has 300 health, so it's extremely difficult to kill. And I don't want to do revisits, so Mini Bomb it is. Mini Bomb's really good because the explosion lingers in this game. So you can get 3 hits with a single bomb, and that's just enough with 2 bombs to get Ice Cube right there.
It's underrated.
It's such a good one, and you can buy more Mini Bombs too.
And they're so cheap. Are we going to use it on the mini boss, or are we doing Shockwave?
We're mostly going for Shockwave because I need Mini Bomb for this coming up. I actually need to use it to get Quad Needle.
That's fair.
There we go.
It's like when this game was first being routed on Speed Demos archives, there was a discussion about what if we bought 30 mini bombs for the mini boss on the waterworks stage.
Holy face.
Yeah, SDA, like, they definitely put in some work back then to at least get the initial route, and even though we don't use a lot of those ideas now, it was very appreciated to, like, get this started. So big shout outs to like Zyre and Garlisle and you, Taraj. You did some work.
And Doysum.
Yeah, Doysum doing the first.
Yeah, Doysum did the first run.
Yeah, and submitting it.
Yeah, it was that run that was one of the many inspirations of why I picked up this game. You know? So big shout outs to Doysum.
And then there's Yoku blocks there. We didn't draw repair. I don't know if you'd even used it, but you can use repair to make all the Yoku blocks stay there for a period of time, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, if I do draw it, I do get it, but I just didn't.
It's a very small time, so I think it saves like 3 seconds or something.
What?
So
Much longer than that.
Yeah, they last a little while.
Oh, no, not the length of time, I mean how much time it saves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it saves a pretty good chunk of time.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no. If they lasted 3 seconds, that'd be terrible.
So this is the worst mini-boss in the game out of the game that only has 2 mini-bosses.
And we got mini bombs and shockwave. We gotta do both things. Shockwave just works so well. Oh no, the chip got thrown out. What a
I
troll.
need those. I know. I really want those. That's fine.
Like,
Yeah, they dropped all above these, so we really, really wanted those.
it's difficult to like make clear how dumb that mini boss is if you haven't played the game, but it has an absurd amount of health, it just splits everywhere and makes it really hard to dodge, and if you don't have a multi-hitting chip like Shockwave on Mini Bomb, you're just kind of screwed.
Yep, because your buster's still not good at this point, and because we're taking out a bunch of them as they spawn, the fight doesn't look as bad. Also, you're not the one holding the controller dealing with the ice physics, so you don't realize how bad this is.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I would normally Death Warp here, but I have a pretty good amount of HP and MP, so I'm just gonna just shuffle back to the
Still full
end here.
health after that mini boss.
Yeah. It would have taken too long to actually Death Warp, so better just do it this way. And we'll just do this strat to just jump right through the Cold Bear.
Ooh. That always scares me. There's not too much leniency on the time.
Yeah, and if you miss that in any percent, you die instantly because you don't have enough health to take a second.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Iceman should hopefully go down easily to 3 Elect Blades here.
Poor Iceman.
You don't have a leg blades here. You don't have like 3 bombs. They work pretty well.
No, they don't.
No, they can. They do work if you can hit it.
Yeah, if you can hit, you can make them work, but he's so small.
Throw it on the ground. Let him walk it. Oh well, if he jumps over it, then unlucky.
Fine. Okay, I want to see Fat Kid fight Iceman with tree bombs because I remember it going.
You see it in 70% of my runs because I always forget to buy electrodes.
Right, and it's not a strat that I would have expected you to recommend to people.
It's a funny strat. It's for content.
It is.
I only recommend it if you have no other choice.
You could even bug beat at that point.
Oh, that's true. You could use bubbies.
You could.
Also, this is the most fun stage in the run, at least in any percent.
Oh, interesting.
It is really good in any percent. In Hundo, this is a little difficult because I need to have mini bomb. The Magmackers and Magnikers, they're on the ground and shooting chips just go right over them. So some kind of thrown attack is needed in order to kill them.
Gotcha.
Viruses have great names.
To have very silly names.
It's unfortunate that they didn't show up in any Game Pass 2 either.
True.
A lot of there's a lot of BN2 exclusive viruses actually that like are pretty unique looking.
Mm-hmm. We'll be playing BN2 later. Eventually, I'll get to it. I have to. It's on my list.
I will say the virus selection between the stuff they pick between 1 and 2 is very well selected.
Yep, I agree with that. There's even though there's some random just Mega Man classic enemies, they threw in like a sniper kill. Ow.
No, that's intentional because otherwise it takes forever to get past that Magmacker. So we need to kill the next one coming up.
So.
Yeah, so we need to kill the next one. So we're gonna go over here to respawn it. We'll throw a bomb right on top of it.
Health is a resource.
Yep.
Health is definitely a resource in this. Especially in this category because you have a lot more than you do in any percent. In any percent, we cap out at 300 at the end of the game in an optimal route. We're gonna get the full 1,000 here, hopefully.
Yeah, you can walk through stuff so much with that much health. It's crazy.
Alright, well, we have a very funny boss fight coming up. If you play Brightman casually, you probably got really mad. I'm gonna make y'all mad in a different way.
Yeah, it's a very strange gimmick fight. It's another boss that, like, puts up a guard and counters you if you shoot them, but you can kind of abuse it with Brightman. I'll just let it happen. Very good.
Yep.
So
we don't want to see him do anything.
What happened there is you shoot a buster shot above him. He goes into his, like, coward stance where he puts up a barrier. And then as he drops that stance, you can throw the tree bomb and it hits him, and then you can throw another one just as his iframes come back and just combo him that way. If you don't do the fight that way, it's a nightmare.
It's bad.
But thank God that strat exists.
And I want to thank BLK Yoshi specifically for discovering that, I believe, by accident. They're another old runner of this game.
Yeah, I believe they have a YouTube video on it, like 15 years old or something. Probably older, actually.
Well, it just goes to show that even if you are not specifically running a game, you can still find useful things.
Yep.
Alright, so we finished those initial 4 stages. 2 more opened up, so we're gonna go to the arcade first. And unfortunately, this is the worst arcade ever. There's no House of the Dead, there's no Beatmania 2 DX, there's no My My. It's like, come on. All it is just pachinko and slot machines. But this is also going to be the first stage where we really get to see dudes jump shine.
Yep.
In any percent, you skip so much of this, so...
Yeah, you don't play any of the stage. In any percent.
Even in Hundo, it's still very useful to start this off. So we just need to get 2 keys in order to open up the barriers at the end. I need to get up there. Hold on. There we go. I started doing any percent things, and I forgot I have to go up here for a second to get a power-up. So you need to jump all over the place. This was definitely intentional for them to, like, intend for you to grind for it. and then use it to reach a whole bunch of spots that can't reach via like any other way. Because even stuff like rock cubes are not enough height to like boost into places. Let's see if we get the fast fall here against the fishy. Oh, nice. That looks so slick when done properly. I do want that coin. Nah, we'll skip. I'm trying to keep a very tight eye on my money routing to make sure I have enough for later. This is also why in the big room coming up, we're going to be going across the entire place in order to get all the coins, just because silver coins are worth a pretty good amount. So if I remember the values right, it's 50 zenny for copper coins, 200 for silver, and 300 for gold. And that only applies to static coins. Enemies, they'll drop same color coins, but they'll be different amounts depending on the enemy.
Sounds right. And this section is kind of fun casually, and it does have lots of money that you can pick up. It's also easy.
Routing this room is also so, like, it's very disorienting and very easy to fall.
Yep, especially when you hit one of the bumpers and it knocks you back down. You just zigzag all over the place.
I'm going to be checking this Grimace data for just a second, just so we can see if we can get full cuss for later, because getting full cuss now stops grinding later. Anyway, sorry, Becca, go ahead.
That's right. I was just going to say, I will say with the amount of games that have like these bumpers in them, it's one of the least annoying bumpers I've played in a video game compared to like Sonic or something.
It's pretty generous, thankfully.
Yeah, one of the few things the game's generous about.
You didn't go gambling.
No, unfortunately.
There's a slot machine you can gamble on here, and it like gives you chips for any.
Like, this game is enough of a gamble. I don't need more on top of that. Alright, somebody...
It's Color
Yeah,
Man.
somebody take Color Man. Somebody take the Color Man while I focus on this.
Terry, you want to?
No,
Okay.
I ain't doing it.
So, Color Man, he just kind of stands there, but when you hit him, menacingly, when you hit him, it can do one of like 3 things. One's a scary fire attack, and one's a way scarier walk forward attack.
He's walking.
The scariest thing you can do is spam walk forward, because you will actually just run out of space and he will walk into you and die. Thankfully, you only got like 3 walk forwards. Which is
He gave me the quarter bounce 3 times in a row. That was the worst.
That's really unfortunate.
Very awkward.
He also has one other attack we didn't see, but that's just the fire pillars. Not too bad.
Which are...
I think it's surprisingly difficult to dodge.
Yeah, the hitbox does not make any sense.
Yeah, once you know the hitbox, it's not too bad, but as a casual player, you... Well, let me explain. But as a casual player, you actually expect them to be aligned with the visual, at least somewhat, which they are not, so...
Alright, into power plant here. So, just like any percent, we need a lot of doob jumps, but we also need a bomb of some kind. Like some kind of throwing attack. We did get Wrecker. This'll work. So,
I just want to
the
say
worst thing is... Yeah, go ahead.
Land came here because he got an email from an anonymous admirer that says, "I think you're cool, I have secrets." And Land's like, that sounds like someone I want to go meet.
In a power plant.
In a power plant.
Oh, nice.
Alright. Yeah, it's a good shortcut there. I'm hoping to be able to get through this jump without needing to use a dupe jump. Nope. You could just barely jump out of the slide, and it does save 1 for later, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. But there's just a lot of really annoying chips to get here, and a lot of upgrades that we need, so we're going to use all 10 of the dupe jumps here.
This is, I would say, one of the scariest stages in the speedrun, just because a lot of the enemies here stun you. If you miss a double jump or something, you run out of megabytes pretty easy.
Yeah,
and also, there's like a Mega Man 1 ladder climbing section, which sucks.
This is the first stage where megabyte management kind of becomes a thing. Yeah. It's very hard to run out in the other one.
Alright, I still need to get, I think, Iron Body off of these, so hopefully get it coming up right here because I need to get it off of one of these gabials. There we go. I also need the money. Okay, so the biggest problem with chip-wise is getting Mag Bomb 3 off of one of the 2 Magnoids, and both of them are in absolutely awful spots. The first one would be down and to the right. I have to go down all the way around and then climb all the way back up, so that's out. This other one is in a very bad spot too, but I have a fun little strat for him.
Yeah, doing the stage like as intended doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
This is like so much bigger than any of the other stages in the game, and I don't know why.
So there we go.
Nice.
So we climbed all the way up to the top. That resets the spawn, and then we drop straight down and throw our 2 wreckers, and just barely manages to get it within the time limit.
That's so funny. I almost
Yeah.
thought the way you were positioned that you could throw the bomb against the wall and it would like fall down next to you and land on it.
I wish it would.
But it didn't line up. No swag. Alright, tree bombs and elect man. This is an excellent combination. A little bit spooky the first time you do it, but clean otherwise.
I'm going to try and go for the risky strat where I can chain tree bombs, but it depends on if I get good lightning patterns.
Let's go.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
That's fine.
Oh
That's
my-
why I'm glad I grabbed the extra 200 HP, just in case that happened.
So, elect man, he tries to touch you. That's his attack.
Yeah, he points at you menacingly, and if he touches you, you take about 5,000 damage, but thankfully all you have to do is just move.
The equivalent of the
clouds-
number of volts that he sends through your body.
The clouds are pretty scary, though, and you have to move out the way.
Yeah, they show up randomly, so it's... If you want to play that safe, you still have to like dodge the clouds, and it's very scary no matter what category you play that in. Who wants to talk about plot while I do all this?
I want to talk about the figurines of the fallen enemies that Lang collects.
Yeah, we can do
I
that.
appreciate that he does that. So Mega Man got infected from all the antivirus stuff that he's doing, so now we're going to go try to find the source, the sauce of this zero virus. So we're going to go to the zero count. And that's all I remember.
More than I remembered.
That's the important part. Yeah, Higsby gives us a key. We're gonna set up some stuff though. We're gonna go activate a shortcut, and then we're gonna backtrack for some very needed supplies. Unfortunately, my money routing is a little off, so I'm gonna have to buy a memo later, and I'm gonna have to compensate for it. But it's fine.
This is a fun point in the run because it is an inflection point where we've gotten enough power-ups and upgrades and enough zenny that we can buy some things that our buster is going to stop being useless and start being awesome.
Yep. Goes from completely useless to, I wouldn't say broken, but very strong.
It definitely ends up being the workhorse for the rest of the game, just because right now, like I said, the uncharged buster does 3 damage a hit. Once we have all of our power-ups into attack and charge, we can do charge shots for 90 apiece very, very quickly.
And you'll see on bosses later, but one of the best things about the buster is it doesn't cause iframes on the bosses, but make them flinch, so you can speed bosses up a lot by like chaining them with chips and alternate.
Yeah, it doesn't flinch them so they don't have iframes, and also they don't counterattack for the most part. The ones with barriers.
Alright, so we actually entered Outer Net and then went backwards using dupe jumps to be able to get to Numberman's shop quicker. So we're going to buy our power-ups. So that's all we can get for now. I can't get that mem up, and that's fine. I have an extra 1,000 zenny that I can scrape out somewhere else. But since we have dupe jumps now, there's actually one backup chip that we can get. Backup chips, they increase your max life count for the rest of the game. So, and they do count towards getting to level 100, so we're going to grab that.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to even mention those. They're just a number underneath the life bar, just lives.
We're so
we
strong.
Yeah, we throw all of our attack charge power-ups on, and then we just jack out, and we're going to take that shortcut that we did for Global 3. We can progress the story. I do still need to get Heat Cross, because I wasn't able to get one off the Spiky 2s later, so I'm going to try and farm it off of the Spiky 3 here, because it drops Heat Spread as an S-rank drop, and Heat Cross is a non-S-rank drop. So let's pray I get this. So we're gonna take 1 damage point. Nothing, unfortunately.
Bomber.
That's fine. And we'll get heat spread later, so that's not a problem. But it's really getting heat cross at this point because I don't want to have to go back and visit either Spiky 2 just for heat cross, because that takes time.
Hi,
But we're gonna go into old
Bye,
area.
Proto-Man.
Hi, Proto. Bye, Proto.
Do you still get to skip the stage, or do you have to play it?
We
for
need
an
to
upgrade?
do most of our
Oh.
old one right here.
In any percent, you can double jump straight to the next area.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Do it immediately at the start.
So this is the Buster. It kills stuff now.
Comes a lot more useful.
So I need to get Candle 1 from that Can Devil there, and there's some power-ups that we need to get.
And all
The
these...
Can Devils are in really weird spots in this game.
That's just like them. All of these traps are on global timers. Most things are. Per area, I say. Oh yeah. Shout out to the music again.
Old area, Starman stage, probably not
Oh,
too
it's
bad.
the aura hit. Those viruses are awful.
Yep.
It should have a weak barrier. It's the blue one, but it's very strong.
Yeah.
They're all strong.
all auras in this game are 100 damage apiece, so they are very difficult to get around. But this is actually why we have a Elect Blade, so we'll get to that in just a bit. But I need to get a few other power-ups. We didn't get dash attack, so this is a big reason why I have exactly 10 dupe jumps, because we have a power-up that we need to get down here.
And a crazy location.
Yep. I'll also say, if you're me, this is by far the funniest stage to fail.
Alright, now we're
very
gonna
close to
reg our
combat.
Elect Blades.
Yep.
It is. There's no shortage of that on Fat Kid's channel.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Fat Kid. You should go watch him.
By the way, we have a whole bunch of insta-death pits, so just saying.
I'm just going to hit
Just one more Sword 2, and then one more Elect Blade for this Medallion right here. That takes care of that.
Jumping using an Elect Blade in the air to kill an enemy and land on a platform is so cool. Oh, so that was Proto-Man. He's a Sword Navi, and he lost to a Sword Navi, so he's a loser.
Well, I'm gonna use a sword against the Sword Navi, because I'm gonna prove I'm better than Proto-Man here.
What?
But first we're gonna soften Swordman up with the Buster, because as Fat Kid mentioned, or Taraj mentioned, we don't trigger iframes when we use the Buster on most bosses at this point. Which means we see a lot less counterattacks.
Proto-Man lost this boss, by the way.
Swordman
Yep.
just stood there, confused.
Yeah, he usually does something at least, I feel like.
He swung his sword
He at least-
twice.
He didn't give me the Desperation attack, I can live with that.
Yeah, that's what you don't want.
Where he literally runs away. Ah, don't hit me.
Alright, we're gonna buy one more unlocker, we're going to get several more Heat Vs.
Heat bees.
I wanna,
Interesting.
yeah, I actually wanna get up to 10 because I need them for the stage after this.
Mm.
Because there are a lot of spots where Heat V is quite useful. So I still need to get Heat Cross from the Spiky here. Are we gonna get lucky? Let's find out. That might do it. Let's check.
Oh, I do love that you can
That's-
check. You see that
that's-
so rarely, but you can look at everything that you've collected in that menu.
Well, unfortunately, I deleted it too fast, so I got Heat Spread because it looks like I S-ranked it. So we're still looking at Heat Cross later. I will start checking more GMDs around this area. There's a full cust right there.
Nice.
So every full cust I get, every 2 full custs I get, saves 1 grinding trip later. This is a scary-ass stage on 100% because there's a lot of chips I need to get, and in particular, this is the only level to get Cannonball from by getting it as a non-S rank drop from a Hammer Joe. There's no other way to get Cannonball, unfortunately, so we're just gonna have to pray the luck is good.
It might not be obvious when watching, but this area has a bunch of gravity gimmicks. You can see the different colored panels on the ground, and they're like extra gravity or lower gravity.
It's all extra. Below is the next area.
You're right. They're all extra. I knew that.
There's extra gravity and extra gravity. Those are their two flavors.
So there's 2 Hammer Joes in the next area coming up, so I've got 30% chances here. I can guarantee a 10 rank on them, which guarantees you get an item. Unfortunately, I did not get an S rank on that Met, so I need to reload the room. So that's fine. Yeah, because they drop Dino Wave, so we need to S rank them for that. Let's do that properly. There we go. Whoops.
There's that gravity.
There's the gravity. I kept thinking I had enough space to be able to do that. That's okay. Thankfully, we have plenty of backup chips at this point in the run, which may be needed depending on if we get good draws or not here. So, nothing there. I also need to get as many M cannons as possible, so good ranks on the Canadums are needed. Alright, let's see if this Hammer Joe gives it. If not, I have to reload the room again. That looks like it. There's also a 10% chance to get a hammer. We got Cannonball, so we don't have to reload the room.
Nice.
So that's one of the 30% drops. There's another at the very end of the run that we'll get to. Whoops. That one's on me because I did not move far enough to the right to flip the gravity. There's gravity flippers in this level.
That's why they went upside down.
This is an underrated theme that you get to listen more of anyways.
I do appreciate that. I'll preemptively request that you die several times in the next stage, because that's my favorite song.
I think that's yours too, isn't it, Fat Kid?
Is this next stage Starman?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is also my
Refresh
favorite.
your health.
No, we're good.
They're fine.
1 HP.
This is what I need both these for. So there's a Megalion right there at the very end, so I had to make sure we had Bub V for that.
This is a good boss. I mean, he's a bad boss, but just watch the fight. It's fine.
The extremely advanced AI core that cannot see me from behind them.
He's powerful. Not necessarily advanced. He's a little bit slow. But he's very powerful. He's super strong. Very strong. And he's dead.
I will say, the hitbox on that is really weird. Just being able to hit a buster on it every time is harder than it looks.
It really is. Okay.
Lan specifically makes mention, if I recall, about how simple Gravity Man is.
Makes it all the funnier when we die to him.
Yeah.
Alright, so 1 Aqua Sword, 3 barriers to buy. I need to do a folder edit. So we're just gonna throw a few things out here. We don't need this, this, or this.
Barrier is a good chip.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically our insurance. Where's my high cannon? So I need high cannon,
On this one, to be honest.
M cannon, and barrier, and we need dupe jump. So there is one important aspect, 100%. We do need to get a certain item before we do a certain boss fight. Otherwise, we get locked out of getting some chips. So we're gonna go grab that item right now.
I was wondering when he was gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
that one might be too low.
I'm trying to think of like how I want to do this because I normally don't have to get a low rank off that spiky on a normal run, so it's a little awkward.
That was all
It's fine.
RNG manipulation, so just don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Alright, so this is the data graveyard right here. We're just gonna dupe jump our way up. I need to be careful not to bonk the spikes like I normally do.
Yeah, and I think that might have been our first instance of not dying to spikes, so you don't die to spikes. They do 200 damage.
Yep. Now we can die to spikes, because death warping is faster.
Yeah, what we just picked up was, I think, the source code data or whatever.
The sauce file. We found a sauce
sauce
file. We
file.
don't
Sauce
know
file.
what kind of sauce file it is. Our dad's going to analyze it. Bland thinks it's Tabasco sauce, though.
I did get an item, but it was money instead, so...
Damn.
What kind of sauce chat do you think the file is?
Look, having a family from Southeast Asia, it's got to be soy sauce.
Pretty good choice.
Makes sense. It's very, very good, very useful.
Well, here, that RNG manip from earlier definitely worked. And don't worry, I didn't try to go to the wrong area or anything before I had
that
the
was
key.
just RNG minute.
I did enjoy the GMD farm mindset. It's like, I got everything I need here. Alright, so
Yep.
no Gravery.
Was very useful, though, because I did get another full cust and fast gauge, so... Alright, we need to get yo-yo chips coming up, and unfortunately the yards are very annoying because they can block your shots with the yo-yos, so we're gonna hopefully get around them. So there's yo-yo 1 and 2, we get, I think, metal body right there from the Gabials.
That's crazy. Well,
Those cycles
never
as much
seen
as I thought I did.
this portion of the stage. Where are
Yeah,
we?
nobody knows what this area looks like. No runner knows what this looks like except me.
Yeah,
There's a
no
couple
idea what
power-ups
this
back here. Alright, now that we've got everything we need, so
Oh, we
now
still
we'll
just
just
backtrack.
do jump up.
That's funny. Oh, okay. So we cut out some of the area.
Yeah, thankfully, the power-ups that we need are like halfway through the room. We don't have to go through the rest of the room. By the way, Lance Dad gives us an actual vaccine for the Zero virus. It's great, except the Zero virus has evolved and it doesn't work. So thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
It's so silly. Mega Man's like, no, I can't go on. Dad says, here's a patch file. You're good. Keep at it.
Yep.
Alright, so we need to get wood ore off of Megalion right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump all the way to the top of this room and reload the Megalion that's right down here, and we can heat B it to death. Gonna check this for hopefully another full cust. We got another one. I'm getting really good full cust luck. And now I have to get Yo-Yo 3 off this guy. Good. And then we have the giant Yart, and this is why we need heat bees.
This is an annoying mini-boss, but in the speedrun, if it goes well, it's not bad. That's kind of the same for Starman's fight, actually. It's kind of annoying, but
this fight.
Yeah, Starman's the first of a few bosses that have essentially undodgeable attacks. It depends where on screen they are if they use it.
Well, we didn't see it. That
You
was lucky.
stunned him out of it.
Nice.
Nice.
Unfortunately, all this money keeps going out of bounds. That was not even on screen.
Yeah, he did. He got you good there. That's his payback.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, being able to just kind of manipulate him, he tries to teleport whenever you get like in his line of sight or on level with him. So you can manipulate that a little bit and force him to teleport away instead of actually doing something undesirable as far as attacks goes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Was
so
a
I've already
very-
got Dupe Jump regged.
Interesting fight, because he's very reactive to you, so you've got a couple different options for your strategies. A fun one to practice.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Alright, one last chance. Well, we've still got more chances to get Heat Cross, but I want to get it soon. But we have, like, what I consider the hardest stage in 100% to do properly. Alright, please give me this.
Yeah,
Nope.
Zero count has so many like optional things, and in any percent you ignore all of it.
Yeah, you just make a beeline for the teleporter at 90%, but we actually get to explore most of the room. Wow, another full cust.
Yeah, 3 full casts I just give me.
It's like 3 or 4. I'm gonna have to check later. I have one more that I can check right here in the corner.
And this is where they require you to either double jump or do a slide jump. It's ridiculous. Like, who designed it?
Alright, so there's a lot of difficult chips to get here. I need to get Candle 2 right off the bat. So we're just gonna do this by shooting right through the hole. And that's just barely good enough to be able to get that without the time running out.
That looks really difficult to aim through the hole.
Then we need to get the power-ups in this room.
This area has a very interesting aesthetic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I need to grind my HP down, so we're just gonna kind of jump through spikes where we can. And we're going to hopefully get drop down right here. This is a difficult chip to get. Well, I have another chance to get it, so that's fine. But now I'm going to reg M cannon.
I'm surprised that the EX data hints are not part of 100%.
No, thankfully they don't do anything useful.
I don't actually do anything
What?
in this game.
They give you Montols codes and
It's true, it's true.
Well, don't worry, we'll get to see those in a little bit of showcase after the run.
I appreciate it.
So I don't have dupe jump at this point, so we have to be very careful running along this ledge, otherwise I have to reload the room. We're just gonna just damage boost through all of these. Thankfully, the heat armor still protects, you still only take half damage from contact damage, even if it's... So...
But this is where you can see we've gotten enough health that this is what it would look like if you were playing casually. It's like, oh no, I got hit. It doesn't matter.
Had to be careful not to get jumped off that conveyor belt, because otherwise I end up in spikes and I can't get out.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, so now we need to get dropped. Yeah, we need to get dropped down from this one coming up. Please give me a good one. There we go. And then we also need to get Alec Aura. This is the only Megalian Alec in the entire game, so we're gonna just Mega Cannon it out. So that stage actually went really well. So now we just have the zero fight, and I will go for the fast zero strat.
Love it. I'm just gonna watch and enjoy this.
I'll do the same and then complain for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, well, I got Phantom Zeroed.
He's doing
This is why we have barriers. So this attack is undodgeable. You can damage boost off of him, and that's really all you can do. So we're just gonna try and hopefully bait him. He did it again!
Yeah.
Oh, and you
That's
did
incredibly unlucky.
He can randomly do this.
Oh my
he's doing it
goodness.
again.
Oh, he knows
Okay,
he's
well-
on TV.
I know there's an email that gives me barrier. Which one is it?
so-
Which one is it again? I think it's this one.
Tigsby's.
Thank you. Thank you, Lion. Have a barrier.
I accidentally
And he
shot.
goes again.
Oh no, you
Well,
made
this
him
is.
mad. Do you got a heal?
No, I just have to just not die. There we go.
Nice.
Whew. He tried.
He really did. That was unfortunate luck for him to just do Phantom Zero completely unprovoked several times. Like if you make him block, he usually does it. If you just wait him out, he usually tries to do something else.
Fat kid,
Yeah.
do you believe me yet?
Oh, I believed you the whole time. I
You
just
still just
didn't.
prefer to shoot me.
Yeah. Because you're not guaranteed to do it. Just a very high chance.
It's like, hey, it worked once. I'll just keep doing it. All right.
Yeah. And yeah, I think you're right. In any percent, if you don't take any extra HP members, I think it one-shots you perfectly.
Yeah, because
don't
it does
barrier.
300 damage. You don't have 300 HP at that point.
Yeah. Well, it's not if you're going fast. If you're going, like, the old route did get 320 HP for that fight, because we didn't think about damage boosting off of zero. I didn't think about it.
Alright, so we were able to save Zero thanks to having the sauce file from earlier, and we read his email and get his chip, which is very, very needed. We're going to reg Mini-Bomb for the next stage coming up, and we're going to just kind of advance the plot right now.
I love Reg Mini Bomb. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but I'm glad we have it.
So this route change came because I was sick of losing a whole bunch of time in the next level coming up. Like, it's like agonizingly bad to lose 20-30 seconds in the next level because we love spooky throughs that much.
Oh, man. The ghost in this rendition is awful.
Oh yeah, we need to be as crude and rude as possible. Sorry, I gotta cut you off.
It's so good.
Meaner, what? You gonna try and stop me, huh? Don't try any funny business or I'll have to stab you. Rawr. Oh, you're so nasty. Gotta be
So
from the
nasty.
Undernet.
Classic line.
I'm just amazed that made it into the English translation.
Yeah, Mega Man saying that I stabbed them.
E-rated game, by the way. So plot-wise, we try to go to the Undernet because that's where the life virus is that the professor tried to revive. That's who was taunting us after Zero. But there's a trap, and we are not able to get into the Undernet, so we're going to look for clues on how to bypass that trap. So this is the only, like, route change as far as stage order in 100%. We're actually going to go to the vacant area first. This is the destroyed subway station leading to the World 3 base in BN1.
Which also has a good song.
This one's really good. It kind of feels like a TMNT for Turtles in Time theme. I kind of get that vibe from it. So this is going to be where we get a bunch of money later. We're going to get a whole bunch of coins on this first pass still. We're going to ignore that can double for now. We'll get him later. Grab this HP Mem. We did get that Mega Cannon. There is a Static Recovery 150 that's over here in the corner that we want to get. Alright, now we have the spooky grind. So, the spookies show up when you go through these turnstiles in the wrong direction. And they have very random spawns and are very annoying to delete with S
So
ranks.
stupid.
The thing is, we need 3 Invis 3s for later. And they can also just do that.
They also recover themselves.
Yep. Very aggravating. Yeah, so that one's in a bad spot. We're just gonna do this.
Whenever they're in line of sight with you, they will teleport randomly. And they can teleport randomly to your line of sight.
This is so bad. Yeah, what am I doing here?
You should have bought more mini boomers.
I guess I should have, man. You know what? We're just gonna die and reset the room for a second.
Regroup, regroup.
I probably should have done that after I had,
Get tree bombs though.
the tree bombs out. The tree bombs work, but I need dupe jump for later, so this is actually annoying. This is the big reason why I have mini bomb. But
Yeah,
I
that
really,
makes sense.
really do need 3 of these. Okay, that one's in a good spot.
There's 3 of them. Oh, another
Unfortunately-
one of the souls attack.
My
I
god,
think I'm
it's
just
still
gonna-
up a chip.
How many do I have?
I think 3.
No, I have only 2.
No, that
Oh,
was a
man.
Rico. It was not an
There,
S rank
let's-
fat kid.
What we're gonna do right now is dupe jump, reg dupe jump now. We're just gonna take another death.
I only have 5 more lives.
Jump in the pit.
I should have. Unfortunately, there's no pit like to the right.
They're
Pit's,
so
like,
random. They're so random. You can't even kill yourself.
It's like, oh, don't touch him. He got close. Run away. Ooh, very.
These are the worst positions, I swear. That one teleported right into me, and thankfully I had my barrier already up, but... I don't even know where the other spooky went, like spawning-wise. There's like so
no.
many.
Oh,
There's another one!
there's 3 of them. They're multiplying.
I just want to get that out of the way. That left one might actually be Invis 3. It's Invis 2, which I actually do need for later, so that stops me from needing to get it later.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Where do you get
Alright,
in
let's-
this one?
I get it at the end of the game, when we do the revisit to Den 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the internet area.
Alright, we finally got what we needed. So, we're going to take that, and we're going to reg again, so we're going to get Heat V. Just throw myself into the pit right here.
For Kunai?
Yeah, we need to get kunais off the snappers. And
Yeah.
also Spice 3.
Yeah, Heat V against these guys is just based on their attack. It works perfectly. It's like the chip is effective against them, both elementally and positionally. It's very satisfying.
Yeah. The Death Warp also resets the cycles for the carts in this room, so it makes things consistent again. It's a very complicated level of 100%. We need to get Rat 2 here. Good. That's really the only good spot to get Rat 2, so glad that went okay. So here's Kunai 3. Gonna get this power up right here. And then we're gonna respawn the, what's it, Mashi? Yeah, it's Mushy Mashy Mashi. We're gonna get both Spice 2 and Spice 3 here.
Oh no, I hate moshied potatoes.
So that'll be Kunai 2. And all we need to do is just grab a couple more power-ups, and thankfully the stage is finally about to be over.
Oh, and then we get this Shadow Man fight. You've got
See, if this
regular
was-
cannon. You should do it with regular cannon.
I would humiliate him with just that, but money is still a factor, so
Aw,
we're going to reg M cannon. I did do that in RTA in Japan, where I did do just high cannon and normal cannon together. It was a very amusing fight that way. But Shadow Man's scripted to do one very specific attack when he flinches most of the time, so we're going to just abuse that.
I hate this boss.
But he's so easy, kid. Look, you just
This
jump
one,
and
this
shoot,
one attack he
shoot,
gets
jump
off
and
here.
shoot.
That one attack he gets off there, he makes the most of it sometimes.
Well,
Some
he did it.
terrifying thing.
He pulled a metal slug and landed on my bullet and did a flip into death. By the way, he's gonna hide in the leaves of the cyber trees in the abandoned subway station.
Yep.
Mhm.
Why not?
Where did he go? We'll never find him.
We'll never find him.
Till the sequel.
The land forgets who he is.
True.
Alright, well, I'm glad y'all have been
brings it
enjoying. I'm glad y'all have been enjoying the run so far because that's about to end right here.
Zenny grind?
This is the Zenny grind.
Hell yeah.
Alright, see
So-
you later. Bye.
So I need a lot of money. This game is very stingy on money.
Or just like every other BN game.
Well, it's especially bad here because the green mystery datas don't give you jack. We're gonna get Candle 3 real quick, by the way. But otherwise, this is just gonna be a very, very long Zenny grind. We're talking like 15 minutes of grinding Vacant 1 for money. So please go to the bathroom, get a drink, get food as needed.
And if you like Mega Man, check out the Kickstarter and consider attending 20X Expo in 2027. Back the Kickstarter and get your ticket for the cheapest price ever and help us put on the best celebration for Mega Man's 40th anniversary we can.
I also need to check how many sub chips I have. Let's see how many full custom fast gauges I have real quick. 4 and 1. That's actually really good luck.
I like how big the Gravity Man figurine is.
It's so chunky.
He's a big bull.
Okay, so I need, let's see, 12k, 12.5.
I forget you also need to get that mem up from number 9.
So with the routing I have right now, I need to get to 100,500 Zenny from where I am.
And each of these Zenny are 300.
300. So each trip is 5,100 Zenny from the amount of coins we get.
Now, is this just for HP mems, mem ups, and power ups?
And some chips that we need to buy that can't be gotten anywhere else.
Like Goldfish?
So, no, Goldfish we get from a PMD.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can actually buy either bronze or silver fist, but we get those via other methods. So I am at 36,000 right here, and like I said, I need a little over 100k, and each of these trips is about a minute long, so we're gonna be here a while.
That's pretty good Zenny per second, all things considered.
Yeah, because you don't have to go anywhere else on the net, you don't have to backtrack or anywhere, because Legendary would be a good place to grind if it didn't take ages to get there to begin with.
Yeah.
This is way better than Yoko Green Mystery Datas in BN3.
Yeah. That takes an hour. So. Yeah, we'll take.
There's one other thing I need to do. I do need to get to 10 M cannons for later, for safety. So I will kill that Canadum that's over there during some of these trips until I have the 10 M cannons, and then once I know I have 10, then I can just damage boost through them. Thankfully, plenty of opportunities for that. So since we have lots of Zenny grind to go, let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about the anime for a bit, because I know that's the gateway to this series for a lot of people.
I don't know much about the anime. I watched a couple of dubbed episodes.
Then I'm gonna have to make you watch. So my wonderful wife Harukaze, if you don't know her, she's great. She's always supported me doing these things. Aside from watching me do any percent runs at this, the anime was her first experience with the BN series. So there's a lot of fond memories from us going through all 5 seasons of that.
It's like first season. Then
it's also interesting how there's a lot of like general plot points that are the same in the games and the anime, but there's also a lot of other weird things that get added, such as Needleman actually having a relevant operator in the anime.
Yeah, it's somebody that appears in BN1 only. Miss Mari's twin sister or something.
Yeah, Miss Yuri. He has such a cool design in the anime too, like the kind of like the goth punk look.
Yeah, with the glasses. The Western debut was 23 years ago. Commander Beat is the GOAT. I forget why. I think it was when me and Mirish were playing Star Wars. Somebody brought up the BN anime, and I just said whenever Commander Beat is not on screen, I'm saying there is Commander Beat.
I wish we got more Commander Beef. Like, it's really also unfortunate, like, between seasons they would drop so many characters. It's like, well, we want screen time for the newer ones, so we have to drop the old ones.
Mesa, I'm not, like, super familiar with the anime, but to my knowledge, Mesa does at least appear all the way until, like, Beast. He still, like, shows up every now and then. He shows up in, like, the desert and Beyond Guard or whatever.
The original World 3 members get a lot of screen time, too, which I really appreciate. They're funny. They are so good. Some of the interactions are great too, like when Lan and Dingo, when they first meet, they get into a curry eating contest to the point where Yahoo kicks them out.
Oh yeah, God, that's crazy. I guess I didn't like consider that Yahoo continues all the way to like BN4, BN5 plots, and he's just dropped after BN1 in the game.
Yeah, big shout out to Capcom for bringing Andrew Francis back, who was the English voice for Mega Man Yixi. Yep. Really appreciated that. It's really great, like a lot of companies, they'll reach out to voice actors from old media and have them do new things. Because I know for DuckTales Remastered, they did that. So it's really, really nice.
It's the same with Star Force. They got the dub actor to get Geo, to voice Geo in the collection.
Yeah, record a whole bunch of new lines, too.
Yep.
This is great. Yeah, the Legacy Collection has been such a great way to experience the Star Force games.
Yeah, Star Force Collection is definitely the best one.
Alright, I think I already have 10 M cannons, so I don't need to grind for any more of those.
Well, I really need them to hurry up and fix the Star Force 3 noise wave issue. Like, unbelievable that wasn't a hot fix, goddammit, Capcom.
Alright, so 62k right now. Just really making sure I'm not missing things for later.
Like, very big Star Force craze, I think Star Force owns, especially 3.
I only played through Star Force 1 so far since I just haven't had a lot of time, so I'll get to 2 and 3. Like, I will say I have been very busy this month. In a month's time, I have had to prepare 7 different games for like 4 different events. 4 or 5 different events. And this is number 5 of 7.
It's the other 2 games left.
I still need to do Doom 64 and Ikaruga.
Ah. Speaking of modern ports of like older games. Shoutouts to Doom 64. I forget what they called it, the Steam one.
Yeah, the 2020 version by Night Dive is fantastic. Great way to play the game. And Ikaruga also has a very good Steam port. Many other home ports as well. I actually specifically played the GameCube version just because it's very stable. I did not grab my dupe jump. We're just gonna hope I don't fall into a pit. It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, I guess dying doesn't respawn the Zenny, does it?
No, it doesn't. If it did, it'd be nice. Oh, there's the one death I needed. Now I can draw a dupe jump, and it's okay. Yeah, if I could just death warp and respawn the Zenny that way, that would be so nice. Yeah, because then we wouldn't have to sit through jack in and then jack out animations. It is what it is. It's just an Arca decision. There are a lot of decisions made about this game. That's about the nicest thing I can say.
It adds to the charm, even if some of them are slightly baffling.
I will say it is better than some other decisions I could think of, because I think Mega Man X7 has such a reputation, and I believe it was developed by the Onimusha team. So that really fills in a lot of the blanks of like why things are the way they are.
I mean, yeah, of the bad Mega Man games, I definitely don't consider this one of them. I think this is a good game.
It's a very fun one. It's one I have a lot of fond memories, despite its jankiness, and it's good to get some revenge on it.
I guess, like, a lot of people consider X6 to not be bad either, but I think even the people that really like X6 do understand it's a slight mess.
Oh, X6 is bad, but it's unironically my favorite X game to play.
Yeah, no, it's, I can totally see that. It's, like, sort of ambitious, it's a little messy, but it's, like, good to play.
The thing is, you have the PSX Mega Man engine, which is a great engine movement-wise, and you get some really cool ideas, and you just get Lightsaber Zero. Like, that's really all you need.
True.
Alright, I'm looking at my Zenny counts right now, looking like we only need 5 more trips through the subway, so counting down right here.
I've always been a fan of X5 for some reason. I've like a lot of people hate on X5, and I'm like, they're not wrong, but it's okay. It's not bad. It's just white bread to the video game.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they did do a lot of tributes since it was intended to be the last X game.
Yeah, the music in X5 goes crazy. It's probably one of my favorite soundtracks in the X series.
Both X5 and X6 are like so good. X4 as well, but like something about X5 and X6 like really hits hard.
Yeah, I love like I forget all the Japanese names, but like Izuku's Stages theme, and obviously X vs Zero from X5. Yo, Doc. What the hell is that bad? Crimson Butterfly.
Here, since we're already on the topic of music, we can talk a little bit about the composers right here. I did mention a little bit earlier that the music was composed by the Super Sweep team. They were kind of outsourced to create the music for this game. There were 3 composers, and 2 of them you may recognize as Sampling Masters Mega and Sampling Masters Aya, who compose music for many other music games. So that's your little fun trivia.
They did Beatmania or Poppin', one of those?
Yeah, actually. That, My, plenty of other things. Like both Ayaka Saso and Shiki Hosoe definitely composed for plenty of Sega music games and Konami music games.
Yeah. I would also describe X5 as just fine. That is... But yeah, the bike stage is awful. I do not defend the bike stage.
What, you don't like that you have to jump before the ready goes away?
No. I don't like the bike stage at all. Honestly,
it makes for
doing
good content that way.
Yeah, doing the bike stage normally is kind of okay. Doing the bike stage and getting the not E-Tank, but
the orbs.
Yeah, the orbs, that sucks.
I'm actually kind of amazed this trip has actually gone pretty well for money grind. Only had one death. That's a lot better than average. Who do you think pays the power bill for this area when it's been like all rusted over? Do you think that it gets paid off on the Dentown taxpayers?
So World 3 somehow used it for the used the metro to go to their secret lair, so I guess they upheaved it for some reason. And Twilight Soul says best of luck, Billy.
Thank you. I need all the luck I can get because one of the biggest luck parts is coming up after this in the next stage.
Is it the one in Sparrow?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is
it is.
definitely the part I'd be most worried about in this round as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. But we have one last money grind. One last trip through this, and if I'm doing my money routing right, this should be all we need for the rest of the game. Unless we get really bad boss fights and don't get enough money,
Yep,
which is I might have to make one more trip here.
Someone in chat already got it.
Yes, it is pop up. That's a whole nother can of worms. Alrighty. And we got a raid just as I finished the money grind. That's perfect timing. Thank you, Mega Marino.
Thanks for the raid.
Okay. Now that we finally have all the money we need to buy 2 unlockers and 1 fast gauge for now. We'll get the rest of the stuff from here later. Because we are getting a little bit of money from remaining boss fights. So we can use that money to purchase the rest of the stuff from Higsby at the end of the game. But we need to go buy Number Man out. He's got a lot of stuff. And you will see these prices and you'll be like, why? Oh, I got Repair in my draw, and that's actually really good coming up. This is like one of the few times Repair still is actually useful.
Mention again, since we haven't mentioned it since the start of the run, Repair makes like the Yoku disappearing blocks just stay on screen at the same time.
Yeah, lets me use a couple extra dupe jumps here to get around a little faster. So thankfully the area where we need to go is here in the outer net anyways, so we'll hit up Number Shop on the way there. Alright, so let's buy all this out, all these HP memories. Look at all that Zenny go away. All the mem-ups here.
Just like that, it's gone.
Let's see, I need to buy Tornado, Twister, Blower, and Rocky.
At least the chips are pretty cheap in this game, for the most part.
Yeah, they're thankfully pretty cheap. So we're gonna jump up to here. We're gonna skip a very long ladder puzzle because that room is also awful to do normally.
Yep.
And now we get your grandparents' internet. Welcome to Legendary.
Probably
Also has my favorite track in the game.
I was about to say probably my second favorite track after Starman.
Yeah, Ayako Saso really, really cooked with this one.
The hourglasses in the background symbolize waiting for dial-up to connect.
It's not wrong.
Repair.
Yeah, we can use that on the Dokyu, so that saves me a couple dupe jumps.
Wait, what was on that purple mystery data?
Something I don't need. I think it's Slasher?
Amazing.
Yeah, we can get a Slasher later.
No rats and ghosts.
So thankfully,
This is awful. Sorry.
Yeah, thankfully we already got Invis 2 during the Invis 3 grind, so I can skip the spookies. So we can just pass right past them. I do need to get Rattan 3 though, so we're gonna hopefully have a good time with this Ratty coming out.
Those tiny rats do so big damage.
Alright, there's Goldfist. We're gonna get a backup chip right here. That's the last backup chip in the game. And let's see here. So this is Mole. So just like in BN
It's
1 and 2, we
small.
need to hit him 10 times.
Hi, Smog. I'm glad you could make it to the screen.
So this is recovery 300 right here. There's a problem though. We also need to get Mole 2 to show up because Mole 2 drops pop-up. The drop rate is consistent, thankfully. You always get pop-up when you kill Mole 2, but Mole 2 only shows up 25% of the time here.
I assume you want serious time for this?
No, we can talk during it.
Alright, I'm not gonna talk. Fat Kid can talk though.
Okay, I can confirm for what it's worth that that purple mystery data is a slasher.
Yep. Yeah, I routed all the stuff out and corrected the maps on GamePack. Shoutouts to Megabyte for making those maps, by the way, back in the day. There were just some item locations that had to be corrected, but they were very, very useful for figuring out where everything was. So, I have to, unfortunately, respawn the room every time I don't get Mole 2 to show up, so...
This is so evil.
Like I said, it's a 1 in 4. Oh, there he is!
Good luck.
So,
He's purple.
they didn't really program him correctly in this game, so in BN2, attacks do normal damage to Mole 2. That is not the case in this game. Everything does 1 hit. So, you must shoot him 200 times.
Alright, chat, start counting.
Somebody please talk about something so I don't have to hear him scream every time I hit him.
Yeah, you have to hit him 200 times, and if you, I think he gets faster and faster, but the point is, if you miss for too long, then they go away, and you have to try it again.
Yeah, this alone is a big reason why I do not want to try and improve my time in this category. Because you sit through a 15-minute money grind, and then you have to do this.
Yeah. Like, the pop-ups in the normal games, like in BN2 and stuff, I see what they were going for. It's like a similar gimmick where you do, like, low damage. Point is, they needed to add a darkness hull chip in this game, so we can cheese this.
Yeah, I don't think we really needed more than 50 HP on this thing. I would imagine they put the HP as a placeholder, and then somebody didn't decide to make the adjustment when they decided Mole 2 should also be only 1.
It is pretty
HP per
absurd, it's 200 hits, it's like multiple minutes.
It takes literally about 4.5 minutes to kill this thing.
Who was the quality assurance testers for this? Like, they had to do this, right? Or did they just say, it's like, we're pretty sure it's working, don't ask us to prove it?
They assured us that this game was quality. That doesn't mean it was true.
And I don't know, part of me thinks this is just like genuinely what they wanted.
Well, at least the music's good.
Yeah, we get to enjoy extra minutes of the Pharaoh Man theme, so it's really great. Like, there are so many great Pharaoh Man remixes out there in, like, websites and other media, and this is still my favorite. Like, it's just so good how it's blended in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I think Network Transition is a good game. I like this game to death. I just ain't defending this specific part. This specific part.
Is it a good game?
I think it is. I genuinely enjoyed my first playthrough.
Your first playthrough? That's surprising.
Yep.
Because I figured the first playthrough would be the worst for most people.
I did enjoy it more, like, learning the speedrun of it, but yeah, I did enjoy my first playthrough.
It is a very good run, at least any percent is.
Yeah.
The first half of 100% is cool, and then you have to do all the grindy things that you don't want to do.
That's
I even think the grindy things are cool, just other than this. Actually, I think this is cool to watch. Because you don't have to do it. Watching
Right.
somebody else do it is cathartic.
That is true. Unfortunately, we also do have to do PA grinding at the end of the game as well, and do all the boss fights again, so...
PA
The
grinding
last hour definitely takes some time.
PA grinding rules because they have funny animations. I don't even know if you have to use them, I forget.
I'll do Guts Shoot because that one's the funniest.
Thank you. That is the funniest.
We will also get to see Gold Fist.
Gut shoot animation to me is proof that somebody put some love into this game. somebody cared.
Somebody had a good sense of humor, and we can appreciate that. Does anybody in chat know where we're at hit-wise? Because I've definitely lost track.
I have no idea. I think we're like over halfway.
I would imagine we're probably about 150 or so, but I can't tell. And considering I had a practice run on Saturday where I failed at about 190 or so, I really don't want that to happen again.
Like 238. Now, I think you may have miscounted a little.
I like that chat's range is somewhere between 7 and 238, so they're not wrong.
There we go.
Hey.
We're done. Let's please
try.
move on. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I still need to get Foot Stomp, and I could get it here, but I also still need to get Elect Sword later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Foot Stomp in the bank. So there's still a little bit of stage left to play, so we're gonna...
Imagine doing this and forgetting to grab the chip.
You celebrate
It's,
so hard, you just walk out.
That has happened in Luigi's Mansion 100%. I've seen that, so I don't even joke about it. You get the 50 boos and then you forget to get the gold diamond, and it's like, oops. Alright, jump past that big eye. Alrighty. That, so we're just basically gonna run to the end of the stage.
I think
here.
Terra has a old YouTube video of them failing to jump up there for like 2 minutes.
Yep, it's like, this is what they intended you to do. You have to slide and jump 3 times in a row.
I just realized I still need to get Tree Bomb. I didn't get Tree Bomb 3, so I need to respawn these guys.
Unfortunate.
That's fine. Should be able to respawn from over here. I've never had to actually try it, but
Yeah,
oh, there's
sure,
some over
here
here.
as well.
That works. That works.
I like how the seed eventually does sprout, and it's a tiny bit down.
That thing
Yeah,
does so much damage too.
And you can make it sprout instantly if you hit it with a water chip.
Wow, mechanics.
Yeah.
The patented
Alright, so we did
fat
save 2
kid tip
jumps.
right there.
We do have 1 blue mystery that's all the way up there, so we needed to save 2 extra dupe jumps. I would have loved to use these somewhere else in the stage like I do in 80%, but it is what it is.
I remember like years and years ago, Gaz was doing one of these runs for like one of our marathons. And I was like typing in chat the command code for the chips, and he's like, "Why do you know these?" When they saw, yeah, I miss Gaz. When they saw Slow Fist, they had a laughing fit approximately 1.5 minutes.
It's so good the first time you see it, you don't believe that this is real. It's like,
They went out of their way to put that in the game.
I can't wait for people to see it.
By the way, that was Pharaoh Man. He played nice, thankfully. He didn't drop any Anubises, which are the absolute worst thing you can get.
Yeah, they take 3 hits. They have like normal HP around. You just have to hit it 3 times.
Yeah, at this point in the game, Pharaoh Man's more annoying than dangerous.
Okay,
So we need to do some work here. So we need to go back to the bank. We need to get Elect Sword. If we had drawn Dash Attack when we did this stage, then we would have been able to get it immediately, but we didn't. So this is the only good place to get Elect Sword, because otherwise I would be farming GMDs for it, which is not fun. I'll do that in a second. Just slide right through that. Now, I also do need to get Foot Stomp. So we're going to use one of my fast gauges for now. We're going to reg M Cannon. And actually, since I didn't get Heat Cross earlier, we can just go ahead and get it off the spiky 2 while I'm already here for foot stomp. So this worked out. You also get to hear the bank theme again. Good theme. And we get to do the 80% route for dodging the lasers, so that's fun enough. I'm going to prep my M cannons now, because we need to kill this big flappy very quickly. We have less than 3 seconds to really do that, since I need to drop straight in from above.
Barrier does work on them. Not that we got this shield points.
Alright, I'm going to check and make sure I got the chips I needed. Yep, got both of them.
Foot stomp
And
is
unfortunately-
another funny one.
It is funny. Also funny, I was still in the landing animation. You can't jack out unless you're either walking or in standing animation.
Yeah, I guess to prevent you cheesing from like fluing.
Yep, not even while sliding.
Alright, so we're going to throw in our Invis 3s that we got earlier. If I can find them. Where are they at? They're there.
Like Pro Man time.
Yeah, we're going to do the Proto Man fight. So we do have access to endgame here, and we could go straight to the internet, but we're going to do the optional fight against Proto Man next. He's the worst boss in the game by far.
Yeah, they're another boss that has essentially undodgeable attacks. You can kind of dodge them, but not really.
He cheats.
Yeah.
So we're going to cheat instead. That's why I have 3 Invis 3s. Because the attacks are basically impossible to actually dodge. He has a reflect mechanic as well, so there's just no good way of dealing with him.
Yeah, you can... I've seen, like, slides work against their sword attack once or twice, but I don't think there's any way to do it consistently. It just randomly happens occasionally.
There we go.
There he is.
And if one fight wasn't enough, you get to do that. You get to see that again, because now we get to do all the Navi refights. So when you defeat the Navi for the first time, you get their signature attack chip. To get their Navi chip, you need to get it from the refights in the simulator of the park. So since I already have Invis equipped, it makes sense to just do that fight again and do a couple other fights where Invis would benefit, because we do want to S-rank these fights. S-rank is the guaranteed for the Navi. You can get Navi chips at 8 to 10 rank, I believe, but it's not guaranteed, so we just want to make it consistent. He's trying. I keep hitting standby mode.
Stand by.
So standby mode, it freezes the action, but you can use LNR to freely select your chips. So it is handy for like casual play, because you don't have to worry about switching in the middle of the action. But the thing is, I actually play this game on a SNES controller instead of a GameCube controller. I'm using an adapter, and the way my buttons are mapped, I tend to accidentally hit the standby mode button when I'm trying to like shoot and jump at the same time.
Yeah, what is standby map to on SNES? Is it A?
It's X.
X. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, because A should be chip.
So we're gonna see if Swordman plays nice again. That's good so far.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, no desperation attack. So there is an attack where he just goes to the top of the screen, hangs up there for like 3-4 seconds, and then tries to bounce on you. Just big time waster that we didn't have to worry about.
And yeah, reading in chat, I think the only Navi chip I've ever used is Fireman. I don't think I've ever used any of the others.
You even get to see Fireman get used if you watch the demo screen, if you just let the title screen play out.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna take down Gravity Man here. Ah, unlucky. As we said earlier, that hitbox is really deceptive. It's really hard to actually hit without hitting the arms, because the arms do actually have a hitbox as well.
It's like, despite the fact that they're gigantic, the hitbox is sort of small and the arms are huge.
They got fighting game hitboxes.
Ew.
Alright, so now we're going to reg tree bombs. We want to deal with our Elec enemies. So we're going to deal with Bright and Elec again. And we're just going to let this speak for itself again. Takes longer to load the fight than actually do it. It's okay, Mega Man could do some breakdancing. Just a little victory breakdance. We got the strobe lights.
It always reminds me of the TAS. There is a tool-assisted speedrun of this. It is quite an enjoyable watch.
Oh yeah, by
Pontus.
yeah.
Yeah, big shout outs to Pontus. Yeah, because Pontus was a previous runner of this game, and he made a TAS. What is it, 2022, I think, when we revealed it? We had a live stream reveal.
It was 21 or 22, yeah.
That was a fun stream.
Yep.
Very fun. There you go. Elecman played nice that time.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Go away, Elecman.
Shame you can't just get these chips from the boss rush.
Well, you would need the signature chip at some point, so it's 2 fights regardless, so...
Yeah.
I wish you could just get them both at the same time. Alright, now we just reg M-Can and we're just going to plow through the rest of the bosses using that in our buster. Because none of the bosses like get any stronger. These are direct stats, same stats from before.
Yeah, there's no V1 to V3 in this game.
Fireman's scream always gets me. Him and Needleman, I think, have the best screams.
Good Needleman's probably my favorite.
Needleman's
Scream
great. We'll get to hear that in a second. Now we get to bully Gutsman a bit. I say it a bit, but we get to bully Gutsman 3 times in this, specifically in this category. And it's just hilarious how menacing he is when you first fight him. And by the time you fight him again, he's a complete joke.
Warp cycle is so silly.
That's the
An
thing
Ice
Dex needs
Slasher
to...
in this game?
No. Ice Slasher, yeah, that's Iceman's signature attack.
What the heck?
Yeah, the problem is that you would have to get 2 Ice Slashers, which we don't really have time for. Because fighting bosses again is slow, because, yeah, we would get the signature chip, and we would have to fight the Navi again to get their signature attack, but we'd also not be guaranteed to get it, because it's not an S-rank drop. You cheater! He fired backwards!
Yeah.
Oh, you got red.
Needleman is a cheater.
Got robbed. Fights have been going well, so it's okay. And the thing is, once we get all the Navi chips, we'll get an email, so we'll know we've done everything properly.
Difficulty curve, this game is cursed. I mostly agree. I think it brings it back right at the very end, the zero area, throwing like 7 aura heads at you.
Even just the end of Undernet is kind of a silly experience.
Yeah.
It was very unique, very interesting.
Also, we didn't talk about this, but there's ice physics in the Iceman fight as well.
Yeah.
There's no ice in there, but there's ice physics.
The ground is blue.
Close enough, I guess.
There's ice.
Alright, who's next? Quick? Yeah, quick.
But yeah, that That said, you're not wrong at all. The like mid game in this is so much easier than the beginning. The beginning is the hardest part.
All right, let's see if Quick is gonna play nice.
Like an SMP game.
He played very nice. That's about as good a pattern as you can get off of him. The hard part about that fight in particular is if he's in the air, you can use the Charge Buster to damage him, but he instantly starts falling when you do that, so you have to be ready to immediately counter with a Mega Cannon before he hits the ground and starts dashing again.
I think, is Colorman the last one, or am I forgetting someone?
No, we still have Starman, Shadow, and Pharaoh.
Oh, yeah.
This one will be a lot easier because he's not going to be moving towards us the entire time.
Thank you, Buster.
It's even funnier if, like, sometimes he just does, like, his weird jump attack where he just jumps straight up into the air and waves his arms and doesn't really do anything. And ironically, when we do refights, that's actually one of the worst things you can do because you try and do a shot and it just bonks the part of his hitbox that doesn't count for damaging him. Alright, Starman is actually a concern here. Him and Pharaoh are the two most concerning, trying to get Navi chips, because I don't want to take more than 2 hits in a fight to guarantee I have the S. Let's reset you. I don't like you. I didn't get any long meteor showers, so that's great. Worked out nicely. Because the really long meteor shower usually is undodgeable because it'll fill most of the screen. And you might be able to get lucky and jump on the very opposite end, but sometimes they just start so high up that the stars just hit you anyways.
Yeah, it depends, like, where Starman is when they start the attack, whether it's dodgeable or not.
Well, we get to humiliate Shadow Man again, so...
Nope, no upgrade versions of bosses, they're all the same. No V1, V2, V3.
Yeah, even when you get to endgame, when we do another mini boss rush, it's still exactly the same.
I think that was the correct decision.
Yeah, if I had to fight an upgraded Rockman, I think I would throw my controller at the wall.
Enough people, like, I hate this game for how difficult it is already.
Alright, so Pharaoh should be the last one to do, and if we did everything right, then we'll get an email after this fight.
It's true, Mole is the scariest boss, specifically Mole 2.
Mole 2 is the scariest boss. Hi, honey. She's sitting literally like 10 feet away from me, but I appreciate her being a temp. Look, that's what spouses do. So we do not want to see Anubis, hopefully. That's the worst thing that we can see here. We're getting a lot of lasers, which is actually really good because that's very easy to dodge.
No Anubis either, though.
Yeah, good. Because Anubis, if it drops down, it takes 3 shots of anything to destroy it, but it also damages you before you can get those 3 shots off. Alright, we got the email, so that clears up all the Navi chips. So now we need to do some cleanup here.
What's the email? Who's the email from?
It's the mysterious one that tells you basically that the Den Area 3 gate is open.
I gotcha. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have asked you during a
It's fine, it's fine.
folder menu. That's like the worst time.
It's fine. So we want a whole bunch of stuff that's basically junk. Because we need to be able to burn chips as needed. So we're just going to have a whole bunch of stuff in here. I do not want that in there. I want to put in a whole bunch of stuff that I can quickly burn. Because in this game, whenever you run out of a chip, you can no longer draw it again. So that's kind of useful because we want to be able to draw stuff for later. So I need 3 unlockers. I need all the armors. Cold Punch, Custom Sword.
I assume armor's at your level or whatever in this game as well.
Let's see. fill out these, and 1 half energy. So the money routing actually worked out perfectly.
Very good.
Good. Alright, so we're actually going in from Den 1 because there are actually some items that we couldn't get before since we did not have Dupe Jump, and we also have Wrecker equipped because we actually need to be able to get rid of a block that's in our way, which is like the only time this actually happens. It's weird.
Cube is so reflective.
That and Ice Cube are just like really strange to look at. So we're gonna go to Den 2. That'll be where the block is. And thankfully we can just pretty much power through everything at this point in the game.
Yeah, it doesn't get damage.
Okay, so Wrecker, or any kind of thrown Wrecking Ball, like Cannonball, I think works there too. So now we can get to this area. Also well designed.
I remember doing this area casually, I was laughing my head.
Hey, guess what? We'll get to see that again in the little post showcase after, so. Alright, so we get rid of that. We're gonna start burning through other chips that we don't need. There's Ice Cube, Candle 2, Mag Bomb for fun. I'm gonna slap on another Fast Gauge. So whenever you exit an area, Fast Gauge no longer applies. Because it normally lasts a really long time. It's like 3 minutes or so? Like, it's a pretty long time for Fast Gauge to last. Gotta wait just a little bit for it to fill, just so we can do this. These. Yeah, remember that I also got a whole bunch of like full cuts earlier, so that saved like 12,000 Zenny, which meant I had to take like 2 less trips to get the money I needed to have a full inventory of everything. So. Oh, I do need Dupe Jump. Yeah, you're right. Here. Well, we can use Iron Body right here. Let's see here. Dupe Jump. We'll go ahead and use Life Sword. I only need to assemble the PAs. I don't need to actually use them, which is nice. But
oh, come on. Content. Just press the button.
we'll get one, don't worry. That should be in Viz 1, hopefully. There's a Viz 1, so we...
That's also up after this.
We'll get to see one PA later. But anyways, that...
Best one.
That is the best one. So we get these power-ups over here. And then we need to go over here. Thanks, Ratty. Appreciate that.
It's the classic. But any percent classic.
Okay, there we go. And now we're going to use our Dupe Jumps to go all the way up here. So this is Slasher right here. So this is a free one. We don't have to open any Purple Mystery Datas for that one. This is the block that requires all Navi's chips to be gotten. And then we're going to go ahead and start editing the folder here. So now I need to start doing a bunch of folder edits, so I will shut up while I do this. So I'm going to sort by ID. Spreader, above spread, heat spread. I'm also going to take those. Spreader, above spread, heat spread.
Feel a
So there
PA
is...
coming on.
Yeah, feel that PA coming. So there's 14 of these that we need to do. So after I finish getting the chips for the PA and assemble it, I'm going to open the menus back up and start assembling the next one. And my folder is completely cleared out as well, which is nice, because I know exactly where these chips are going to show up. And I don't have to do any extra menuing for them. Let's see here. I'll do these swords. So we'll do Life Sword 2 next. Fire Aqua Lek. Yeah, even in my notes right now, I have like the ID numbers for everything, so I know exactly where to look at my folder for everything. Like, I have ridiculous amounts of notes for specifically this category.
Oh yeah, I guess when you're like picking up the chips, the folder actually becomes predictable.
Fire Alec. Did I already do that one? I feel like I already did that one and forgot that.
Which one?
For Life Sword 3? I don't know.
You did Life Sword 2.
Okay. So we need Sonic Blade. Where is it? There it is. And then we need the other 2 attacks. Gravity Hold and Star Arrow. This one's, I think, is interesting because it uses 3 mini-boss, or boss chips for that. Okay, so we're out of full cust now, so now we just use Fast Gauge in order to build everything back up. So it's going to take a lot longer, unfortunately. Let's see, Z-Saber... Where are you? Where is Z-Saber? There you are. We need High Guard. I passed it. High Guard and 0. And so now we wait. So, hi y'all.
That one's a weird BA. Oh, well, I guess... Yeah, no, actually that one's a weird BA. Why does it include High Guard? Keep in mind, everyone, this is the custom gauge with fast gauge on.
This is with Fast Gauge on, yes.
This is so much faster than it is by default.
I think it's the difference between 60 seconds and 20 seconds, something like that.
That sounds right. Yeah, and one Fast Gauge will last for quite a while too. Like I said, it's like 3 or 4 minutes. So we at least get a good amount of it. Also, look at that number right above. Hey, doesn't that look like a BN3 lotto code to you?
What do you know?
We'll definitely get to see a little bit of more BN3 crossover stuff after this. Let's see, so we need the punches for 748. So, gut punch, cold punch, dash attack. This is thankfully the last, like, really grindy spot. There is one thing in Undernet that we kind of have to grind, but it's we at least get to do something during it. So, gut, cold, and dash attack. Let's see, throw out the punches. Then we need guard and gutsman. We do get to use this one. I will use Gut Shoot because this is like the funniest animation.
So good.
Like, I love Gut Shoot animations in the mainline BN games, but this one's just so much funnier. Let's see. Guard dash. Alright, so here's Gut Shoot. Yeet! Just head first. Totally worth it. Alright, so repair, recover 300, roll. Thankfully, this Double Hero and Zeta Cannon are the only PAs we have left to assemble. Because he's Gutsman! Look, Gutsman always thinks he's a cowboy, and he just thinks Mega Man has a bunch of spurs, even though he doesn't. I'm a Texas man, this is canon. Alright, so now we need Cuss Sword, Var Sword... where are they? Cuss Sword, Var Sword, Protoman... So my fast gauge should run out soon, so I have to be ready to equip another one. So we're just gonna do a little bit of breakdancing. I guess while we're finishing out the PS, what would you guys say has been like your favorite experience running specifically NT?
any of the fools that kill me in old areas.
I think it was one of the earlier runs. Not a favorite, but I'm just remembering this. I was on pace for a really good PB, and I think it would have been record at the time, and I jumped straight into the life fire score and died instantly.
I do remember though.
You're not a real runner unless you've done that at least once. Okay, fast gauge ran out, so we'll equip another one. So we're going to equip Zeta Cannon. We actually do want to use Zeta Cannon in the fight coming up, and we actually want to use it twice, so I'm going to wait for the gauge to fill up again, because this is... Doing this fight normally is extremely dangerous because base just beats the crap out of you. I think like all of his attacks do like at least 250 damage, if not more. And even though our stats are really good, we have like 900 HP at this point in the game, you die really easily.
Of all the renditions of base, this is probably the one where he's the most stronger than you.
Yeah, as you can tell by that HP bar.
It's a pretty short fight, admittedly.
So we're just going to abuse that again, just turn that on again. And there we go.
Destroy his cloak. My fashion.
I'm just glad we don't have to delete the entire God knows how much HP that actually is. But we have his chip. Alright, so let's do a little bit of other menuing here. We need PV and Tree Bomb. And then I'm going to reg PV here. I do want to double check and make sure I do have Dupe Jump still in here, because I do need that for later. But it looks like we're good. I'm going to buy one extra fast gauge just in case, because we did get a little bit extra money. And we're going to go to Undernet, which will hopefully be the end of the game. So, Undernet has Scuttles, very appropriately. Unfortunately, that also is kind of a problem, because we have all 3 Life Aura chips in this game. Life Aura 1 can be gotten from any of the normal Scuttles, like any of the elemental ones. But Life Aura 2 and 3 both come from Scuttless only. And this is a bad thing because Life Aura 2 is the 30% non-S rank drop. So you get all the way to this point in the run, almost 2 hours in, and you still have to roll RNG at the very end. So this is why I left Zeta Cannon in the folder, because we do want to use that for endgame, but we also want to use it for the farm, because they also have auras that are 100 HP like the other ones, and the Scuttles themselves have like 300 HP themselves, so we need a good way of killing them. So we're going to get Life Aura 1 right here off of that one. We're going to respawn the Scuttle up ahead. We're going to pull stuff for a bit. We need to draw Zeta Cannon, so we're going to just wait here until the custom gauge fills out. We can just throw away chips until we have Zeta.
Also, I will be back in a sec.
Alrighty. So, like I said, we need the 30% non-S rank drop, and we need the S rank drop. There's 2 of these on every pass. Still waiting on getting the last cannon we need, unfortunately. This is really bad luck. But like I said, at least we get to actually do something here, instead of just wait. This is also a big reason why I will not try and improve my PB in this game for this category, because I got the 30% drops like first try. Oh my goodness. This is just awful luck. I do love the sound effect the blocks make when they run out of time. Alrighty. Let's hope this goes.
You literally bottom decked it.
I know. Nope. No life virus. No Life Aura 2 there. That's Life Aura 3. That's a guaranteed strength there. But now we have to wait for things to respawn. Because I need to be able to draw Zeta Cannon again. That's why I don't want to do... Whoops. That's why I don't want to do just cannons by themselves, because I'll run out too quickly. Zeta Cannon at least means I can preserve my cannons. This Scuttle really wants to move. He really thinks I'm over there. Oh, he turned around. Alright, let's try and not hit the OK button too early this time. Nope. Nope. Unfortunate. Like, we got 10 ranks again. So we're guaranteed an item with 10, but like I said, it's only a 30% drop for Life Aura 2. And I do want Dupe Jump equipped for later, once we do get the chip, because there are some items I still need to pick up. I will agree that I think the boss theme is like the only theme I don't really care for in this game. Everything else is absolutely fantastic. The boss theme is just kind of average. Undernet theme is so good too, and I kind of wish the internet was longer for that. That should be it right there. I'll get another one just in case. I think that was 2 of them. Yep, okay, so we got Life Aura 2, so now we're just going to pick up the rest of the chips in this room. Rest of the items, I should say. This is why we needed a couple extra unlockers for endgame. Grab these over here. I think there's like a gold fist directly above that we don't need to get, so we're going to ignore that. I think we did get Hammer earlier, but we'll pick up the other one right here to be safe. So, that being said, this is the point of no return coming up. So we're going to verify that we got everything for 100%. So we're going to check the power-up screen. We are level 100. We picked up all 99 upgrades. We're going to check the library now. 137 chips at the top. Uh-oh, we forgot a PA. We forgot something. What did I miss?
You didn't even use all the power-ups. You could have Rapid Buster. It's so silly.
You know what? Just because I have to figure out which PA I just missed, we'll just go ahead and do that. It'll be funny. I don't have these in order in my notes, so what am I missing here? Eggman, Zeta Ratten, Giga Death, Arrows. I think it's Ultra Bomb I'm missing. It's Ultra Bomb I'm missing. Okay, we can fix that real quick. We'll just toss out a few of these. At least I realized my mistake before we had a problem. Not Mini Bomb. I keep throwing out the wrong things. It's okay.
Howdy, howdy, folks. What's up?
Hi, we are actually just about to be done as soon as I stop making silly mistakes on this.
Right on. Yeah, I've been watching, and you seem to be getting down to the wire now.
Yeah, so we just have one PA left to assemble that I forgot to equip, but that's guaranteed to happen here, and then we just have the final boss rush.
We're still underestimated by quite a bit, so...
Thankfully. There are things that can go so wrong. I had a practice run of this on Saturday.
Yeah.
That went about as wrong as it could, and I just barely finished under the 230 mark.
That's why it's always best to be, like make your estimate a bit longer than you think it will be.
I am always on the conservative side, because I'm always like, I don't want to push things back behind schedule if I don't have to.
Yeah, especially on a day like today, which like the Monday schedule is just packed today.
Alright, so now we're just going to reassemble our PAs. We will just quickly go back to the library just to be like, hey, there it is. That's everything. So there's your 100% right there. That is everything that I define in this category. Because nobody wants to see me get 5 pop-ups to max that out. That would be the most miserable 100% definition. So we're going to have Zeta Cannon, Heat V, and Tree Bomb.
What's up, Captain? Hope you're doing well.
Appreciate you all being here. Anyways, here's what a firewall looks like, by the way.
This boss
This is your
is
first line of
so
defense.
cool and awful to fight against.
I got a perfect 8-in-1 fight right there, so that's great.
It's
So
crazy
Zeta Cannon.
that original speedruns didn't use the Z cannon program advance and just like fought that with M cannons and half energies.
Jeez,
Yeah, y'all
really?
came up with some really wild strats before like I came onto the scene. Like thankfully the Zeta Cannon thing was already a thing before I came on, but just
Yeah.
looking at old runs was wow.
Yeah, Jazz had some sense in him, and he said, "It's like, look, guys, this is easier." Oh, but the firewall, the spikes on the left are one of the few things that does you die damage in this game.
Yeah, they do a nice 1,000.
So these are shiny versions of the bosses we fought earlier, because it's copies from the Zero virus.
Why can't I get shiny
sliding.
nabbies?
How do the sliding mechanics work? Because I see a lot of times you're able to just slide. Yeah, like like right there. Like he's clearly not floating above the ground. So how's that possible?
Between his legs. Some navies are taller, bigger, and you can do that. But like Iceman and Brightman, you can't.
Okay, so it does have some level of consistency, huh?
Just a little. As much consistency as this game can have. I will say, unironically, this game is not well designed, but it is actually ironically very well programmed. There are like no glitches in this game that I can think of.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
It is.
Yeah, I had a bud who played this with me back in the day, and it's like he came away from it thinking it was the biggest piece of crap in the world. but it's funny because I loved it when I played it.
There was the jump attack.
It was mainly the sliding thing that made him go like, just what the heck, man? What's going on here?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, well,
A
we're gonna
future
make
AP game? Come on, Mogul, do it. I'll play.
He'll do it.
I'd love
Anyways,
this.
Electman's just gonna menacingly wave his finger some more.
This is one of my favorite strats. It's not fun to do, but fun to watch.
For real, it's like you're really it's like you're taking advantage of Rockman, who's just like shivering in fear as he's pointing his finger shakingly at you.
He's angry.
Look, I'm grounded and he's not, so he's trying to find a target.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, through the power of friendship, our friends can cheat. Because look at Proto Man destroy through the aura. And then Gutsman, an even bigger cheater, manages to destroy too. Why couldn't you do that during boss fights? Actually, don't do that during boss fights.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't fight them in the boss arena.
Alright, well, roll thankfully refreshes us. So that was actually a mechanic in both the beginning of Undernet 2, after the firewall, and now. You get a full chip refresh and HP refill. So that actually refreshes the Zeta Cannon PA as well, so we don't have to redraw it. So we have Life Virus R right here.
The Life Virus, sir.
Life Virus, sir.
It's got a barrier, and it can do all the elemental attacks. But we can just stand inside it and cycle between Charge Shot, which does not cause iframes, and M-Cannon, which does cause iframes, and it's dead.
Yep. If you do not have the cannon PA there, that is a very scary fight because it's not like a giant.
Kill it one more
amount of
masa.
chips
Do
and
it. Do it. Kill it one more masa.
Maybe another day. The time is coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount of chips to do enough
So this
damage
is
to
the
break
Wily
barrier.
machine. Wily is in fact an alien.
Yo, GG's.
Also, because we rescued Zero because it's 100%. Hey, there he is.
Good
His
ending.
only relevant thing. That actually went a lot better than I expected, all things considered.
For real, man, you're under 20 minutes estimate.
Yeah, like 210? Yeah, I'll take that for a marathon showcase.
Nice.
Because,
Cooling his
like I was
heels
saying
in
on
prison.
on Saturday's
The
run,
dialogue.
yeah, the dialogue's great too. But like the Saturday run I had for practice, I missed the end of Mole 2, so that was already like 4 minutes lost, and then I had to also get Mole 2 to show up again. That was like another 10 minutes. So this category can really just wreck it. I'm glad that went pretty well. By the way, Land's room is very stacked with figurines. I'm not sure where he 3D prints them.
Dude, he has a poster of Red up there. What the heck? He's an X7 fan.
Alright, well that does it for the main part of network transmission. As much as I would love to get through the credits, we're just going to reset because we have a little bit of extra content here.
True speedrunner here.
Oh, so we confirmed 100% right before we entered the last portal, I entered the power-up screen and the library screens to verify we had everything. But we're going to load this save file that I've prepared right here, and we're going to show off the other BN3.
Did you save at any point during that run?
I did not. I have
That's
a bunch of backup
crazy.
saves.
It's so funny because he started a new game, beat the game, got the credits, and because he never saved, that's just gone. It's gone.
Yeah, the game does not autosave for you. The game also is very mean in that respect if you get a game over, so...
You did have, like, the max amount of backups, so I was pretty confident you would be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully you get a whole bunch of backups and 100%, so it's fine. We wouldn't game over. But we have some things that we need to get here. So I'm going to show off what those extra command hints do for you. So I just need to draw this set of chips real quick. Do jump. I just kind of need to burn through my folder real quick. We can, because everything's bottom decked right now.
Naturally.
I didn't throw away record, did I? I hope I didn't. I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh.
Silly me. That's fine. We'll just reload the save. This is why we have a bunch of backup saves. It's really unfortunate that this game only lets you have 10 save slots on a save file, because I would really like to have like 40 plus, considering any percent and 100% saves are very different, and I can't really reuse those. I also just went to the wrong area.
I'm only seeing 2 there. Does it scroll down?
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, because you can pick from Den or Global, and we want to go to Den, because that's where all of the little surprises are. Okay, I will remember not to throw away Wrecker, because I kind of need it to get into an area. Because we are going to go through the spike room again, like Fat Kid loved the first time.
Such a... It's like a Kaiser level.
I feel bad for the kids who would open that immediately and then get destroyed.
Yeah, because the spikes would just immediately kill you at that point. That was my experience first playing this game. I felt really smart, so I was like, oh, that looks breakable, went through with Cannonball, and then I saw that.
That'll teach you to use your brain in these games.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully this will be enough of what I need. Hopefully we want repair, and some other stuff. Let's see. Wrecker, repair, Gold Fist, and Deep Jump. Okay, that's everything I want. Okay, so there's 3 yellow mystery data. The yellow mystery data usually is just like key items, like the early codes for the barriers, or the source data file needed to save 0, stuff like that. But there's 3 specific yellow mystery datas that give you hints and tell you what to do. So we're going to do that. So if you use repair in those spots, like up here, this happens.
Oh my god, it's mob tool code.
Yep, so you get EX codes whenever you find these. That one I think is specifically HP plus 800, if I remember right.
Go, nice.
Probably.
Interesting.
So now we're going to go over here, back to this room. So if you come up to this room and use repair, you get one that's actually useful. This is the one for super armor.
Keep
Okay.
trying even if you're reading 2 Danishes. Let's go.
I love that. So that's 2 of them. The last one is in Den 3, so we're going to have to just walk over there.
Yeah, that is like actually one of the best mob tool codes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Super
funny
armor.
that they decided to like do a bunch of promotional stuff and hide a lot of BN3 things in not just this game, but just in media in general, which I think is
And
cool.
the anime, and I think it's like some like books and stuff. That's,
Also, since we have a nice long flat surface, I'm going to show Gold Fist, so you can do several things with Gold Fist. We're going to do the Slow Fist code. I walk faster than it goes. It is
What a
so
good code.
hilariously, agonizingly slow.
Oh, what the heck?
have to go out your way to input like a fighting game input to make it
Yeah,
go that slow.
it's literally a Hadoken input.
Strikes fear and terror into the hearts of your enemies.
There is also a fast version of the Who Wants Day.
Yep. So we're gonna go all the way over here with Dupe Jumps. This is actually where we fought fireman. So we can use repair here, and that's the last code, and I believe that one is air shoes.
Appropriate.
Yep. All right, and that's all I have for network transmission.
GG's.
Jeez.
Yeah, G to the G's.
Yeah, thank y'all for watching this. I know we have some other great stuff coming up because Fat Kid's going to give us the content next. But if you want to learn to run this game or have any questions about this, get in touch with me or get in touch with any one of us. Like, we'll happily answer your questions. I'll teach you ever. Big shout outs to the people who taught me. Mabel was the first one who taught me this game back in the day. A lot of people like Fat Kid and Taraj have been supportive. Verilex helped refine the run. It's just really great to just be able to come together for stuff like this. And please keep donating to make 20X Expos an actual event next year. We would love to see that happen.
Heck yeah. Where can people find you if they want to find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Zelllooo. That's 3 L's and 3 O's. I mostly play a lot of music games and some other really fun speedruns. But hopefully I'll see you all there. But I guess we'll go to break next and we'll have Fat Kid coming up next.
Yep, we're going to throw it to an intermission, and we'll be back in a little bit. Fat Kid's Wonder Swan run is scheduled for 7, but we'll probably start it early since we got some time. So enjoy the reruns, and we'll be back soon.
See you in a bit, fam.